Hello, everyone. I'm about to take you on a mystery journey. Have you ever wondered what secrets lie buried beneath the endless sands of the Sahara, or what ancient mysteries hide behind the towering mountains of the Atlas Range? What if I told you that northern Africa holds natural wonders so extraordinary, so perfectly hidden, that millions of travelers pass by them every single day without ever knowing they exist? Today, we're about to uncover the most incredible secrets of a land that has been concealing its treasures for thousands of years. Welcome to Hidden Gems Explorer, where we reveal the world's most extraordinary places that somehow remain invisible to the masses. I'm your host, Curious VT, and today we're embarking on a journey across Northern Africa to discover natural wonders that will completely change how you see this ancient region. By the end of this video, you'll know about places so remarkable that they seem almost mythical. Yet they're sitting right there in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to look beyond the obvious. Let me start with something that will blow your mind. Deep in the heart of Morocco's Atlas Mountains, there exists a waterfall that appears to flow upward. The locals call it the reverse cascade, and for centuries, they've whispered stories about this impossible phenomenon. But here's the thing that makes it even more incredible. This isn't magic or folklore. It's a real geological wonder caused by a perfect storm of wind patterns, mountain formations, and atmospheric pressure that creates an optical illusion so convincing that even experienced geologists have to touch the water to believe what they're seeing. The science behind this marvel is fascinating. When powerful Atlantic winds collide with the steep mountain faces, they create an updraft so strong that it literally pushes the falling water back up into the air. From certain viewing angles, especially during the late afternoon when the light hits just right, the waterfall appears to defy gravity itself. What makes this even more extraordinary is that only a handful of people know the exact location, hidden away in a remote canyon that requires a 3-hour hike through terrain that most tourists would never attempt. But that's just the beginning of our journey into Northern Africa's hidden world. Let's travel east to Algeria, where one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth has been hiding in plain sight for millennia. The Tassili Naja Plateau looks like something from another planet. Imagine towering sandstone formations carved by wind and time into shapes so bizarre and beautiful that they seem like the work of an alien civilization. Here's what makes this place truly special. Scattered across this otherworldly landscape are thousands of ancient rock paintings, some dating back over 8,000 years. These aren't just simple drawings, they're detailed depictions of a world that no longer exists. The artwork shows lush green landscapes filled with rivers, elephants, giraffes, and crocodiles. This means that what we see today as barren desert was once a thriving ecosystem teeming with life. The mystery deepens when you realize that many of these paintings show human figures wearing what appear to be helmets or masks, leading some researchers to speculate about their true meaning. Were these ancient artists documenting visitors from another world, or were they simply depicting ceremonial dress and rituals we no longer understand? The truth is, we may never know for certain, but standing among these ancient galleries feels like stepping into a time machine. What's particularly mind-blowing is how these paintings have survived for thousands of years in perfect condition, protected by the unique climate and mineral composition of the rock faces. The colors are so vivid and the details so precise that they look like they were painted yesterday. Yet most of the world has never heard of this incredible outdoor museum that spans an area larger than many countries. Moving north to Tunisia, we encounter another wonder that defies explanation. Hidden beneath the modern city of Tunis lies an underground lake so clear and perfect that early explorers thought they had discovered a portal to another realm. The Lake of Mysteries, as local legends call it, sits in a cavern system that wasn't officially discovered until the 1960s, despite being located directly beneath one of North Africa's most populated areas. The water in this underground lake is so pure and still that it creates perfect mirror reflections of the cave ceiling above, making it impossible to tell where the water ends and the air begins. Scientists still can't fully explain the source of this water or why it remains at a constant temperature year-round. Despite the dramatic weather changes above ground, the mineral content creates an otherworldly blue glow that becomes more intense as you dive deeper, though few have attempted to explore its true depths. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is that ancient texts from the Roman period contain references to a sacred pool beneath the city that was believed to have healing properties. For centuries, scholars dismissed these writings as mythology until the lake's accidental discovery proved that sometimes legends contain more truth than we realize. But perhaps the most incredible hidden wonder of northern Africa lies in Egypt, far from the famous pyramids and tourist crowds. Deep in the western desert, there exists a phenomenon that occurs only once every few years under very specific conditions, when the desert winds blow at precisely the right angle and speed. They create what scientists call singing dunes. These aren't just any sand dunes. Under the perfect conditions, these massive formations produce haunting musical tones that can be heard for miles across the desert. The sound ranges from deep organ-like bass notes to high-pitched whistles that seem to come from the sand itself. Ancient travelers wrote about hearing the voices of the desert spirits, and now we know they were documenting a real acoustic phenomenon that science is only beginning to understand. The singing occurs when billions of sand grains slide down the dune faces at specific angles, creating vibrations that resonate through the entire formation like a massive natural instrument. What makes this even more extraordinary is that different dunes produce different notes, creating what some describe as a desert symphony that plays only for those patient enough to wait for the right conditions. The really mind-bending part is that these singing dunes seem to have inspired ancient architectural acoustics throughout the region. Many temples and structures built by ancient civilizations show evidence of being designed to capture and amplify natural sound phenomena, suggesting that our ancestors understood and worked with these desert acoustics in ways we're only now beginning to appreciate. In Libya's Sahara region, there exists another wonder that challenges everything we thought we knew about desert ecosystems. Hidden within what appears to be endless barren sand, there are oasis ecosystems that exist entirely underground. These subterranean gardens are fed by ancient aquifers and support species of plants and animals that exist nowhere else on Earth. The entrance to these underground oases is nearly impossible to spot from the surface. Tiny openings in the sand, no larger than rabbit holes, provide the only clues to the thriving ecosystems below. Once inside, you discover caverns filled with palm trees, flowing streams, and wildlife that has adapted to this unique environment over thousands of years. Some of these underground oases contain species of fish that have been isolated for so long that they've evolved unique characteristics, including some that have lost their eyesight entirely since there's no light in their underground world. These ecosystems represent living laboratories of evolution and adaptation that scientists are only beginning to study and understand. What makes these discoveries even more remarkable is their fragility. Climate change and human activity threaten to disturb the delicate balance that has kept these wonders hidden and protected for millennia. Some of the underground lakes are already showing signs of depletion, and the ancient rock art faces new threats from modern development and tourism. The singing dunes are becoming quieter as changing weather patterns affect the precise conditions needed for their musical performances. Even the underground oases face pressure from water extraction and surface development that could collapse their cavern systems forever. This brings us to an important realization about Northern Africa's hidden wonders. They've survived for thousands of years precisely because they remain secret, protected by their remoteness and the harsh conditions that keep casual visitors away. But as our world becomes more connected and these secrets inevitably spread, we face the challenge of how to preserve these marvels for future generations. The question isn't just about discovering these incredible places, it's about whether we can learn to appreciate them without destroying them. Some indigenous communities who have known about these wonders for generations have developed sustainable ways to interact with these environments, understanding that their preservation depends on maintaining the delicate balance that created them in the first place. Perhaps the greatest secret of Northern Africa isn't any single wonder, but rather the region's ability to keep revealing new mysteries just when we think we've seen everything it has to offer. Every year, satellite imagery and modern exploration techniques uncover new geological formations, hidden water sources, and previously unknown ecosystems that remind us how much of our own planet remains unexplored. These hidden wonders represent more than just amazing tourist destinations or scientific curiosities. They're reminders that our world still holds genuine mysteries, places where the impossible becomes reality, and where ancient secrets wait patiently for curious minds to uncover them. In an age where we feel like everything has been discovered and mapped, Northern Africa proves that there are still frontiers to explore right here on Earth. So the next time you look at a map of Northern Africa and see what appears to be empty desert or familiar mountain ranges, remember that beneath that surface lies a world of wonders that most people will never see or even imagine exists. These secrets of the Sahara, these mysteries hidden in plain sight, continue to wait for the next generation of explorers brave enough to look beyond the obvious and discover the extraordinary that lies just beneath the surface of our everyday world.